What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the preview of the game between Manchester City and Leeds United in the Premier League, December 14th, 2021 at the Etihad Stadium with an 8 PM GMT kickoff time. The game is live on BT Sport if you aren't going. It is Manchester City taking on Leeds United. If anyone is going to the game, do make sure you wrap up warm and do enjoy yourself. But before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Aiming for 22,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. We have got plenty more Manchester City and football content to come throughout the season. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business enquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. Once more, aiming for 100 likes, and also don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Without further ado though, let's crack on with this preview and let's speak about first our opponents, Leeds United. They're led by Marcelo Bielsa. Pep Guardiola, he has a lot of respect for him. Their styles, they're pretty similar. Leeds, they like to play football, they like to work it out from the back, they like to press, they like to attack, they like to have the ball, and they like to cause problems. Look at how well they did away at Chelsea. They were right at them. They gave Chelsea a real scare. They gave them a proper headache. They were relentless against them. They gave them a really good game. And I'm expecting Leeds to be doing the exact same in this game. They're under absolutely no pressure. There's no expectation. They've got several key players out injured, and so they're just a team that work hard, that look to really cause you problems, and if you aren't on it and you aren't clinical, they're more than capable of scalping and taking points. Just look to the Etihad last season when we played Leeds United. We know exactly what they're capable of, and we need to be careful to avoid the same situation here. Now, Leeds United, they know how to defend. They know what they're doing. They know how to hurt teams on the counter-attack. They know how to play in and around a team. They know how to sit deep. They know how to press and get forward as well. They're a team that have many adaptabilities about them, and that's what City need to be so careful of. Now, it surprises me that Leeds sit in 15th in the Premier League. At this moment in time, they're scraping for every point that they can get because their job right now is to stay clear of that drop zone, to make sure that they remain in the Premier League. That is objective number one for Leeds United before anything else. And I'll tell you right now, if they go down, they'll go down fighting. And that's what City need to match. They need to match that intensity. They need to match them pound for pound when it comes to passion on the pitch and making sure that we're doing everything that we're capable of within our powers to make sure that this game comes about two things. Number one, obviously being clinical, and number two, about quality. We know when we go pound for pound with any team, we've got the quality there to make that little bit of a difference. Just look at that game against Wolves. It was a very dodgy game, so to speak. Manchester City offensively wasn't quite where they needed to be in that game, yet we scrapped and grinded, got that little bit of luck and managed to win the game. Nice bit of composure from Raheem to score the penalty as well, and that composure, that moment, is what is crucial to winning Premier Leagues. City, Liverpool and Chelsea have throughout the season so far shown that they have got that quality. So this is going to be a very interesting title race, and every point matters. I look to the Etihad Stadium and I'm saying to myself, every single home game is a cup final for us because they are must-win games. And because City here are playing before Liverpool and playing before Chelsea, it's another opportunity here for us to go 4 points clear of Liverpool and 5 points clear of Chelsea, where they go a couple of days after Manchester City. They have to sit and look at that Premier League table, and mentally it can get to a team knowing that you're playing catch up all the time. So you need to be not just physically but mentally strong to win the Premier League. We know what it takes to win the Premier League. Pep Guardiola's been here and done this, worn the t-shirt, been here all before. We know what we need to do, and that's just win and win by any means necessary. Now for Leeds, not in great form. 1 win in 6 since Halloween. That win came 3 games ago against Crystal Palace at home. They won 1-0. They have been pretty hit and miss this season. It surprises me that they're sitting 15th. I think they're a better team than a team sitting in 15th. They're a team that are capable of causing problems, and I imagine that once they get the key players back from injury, they'll be able to then start to find a little bit of form. I personally don't think Leeds will go down. I think they'll be a comfortable mid-table team, and that's what City really need to be careful of here, really, because they do have the quality, and like I said, there's not much pressure on Leeds here, which naturally then means that they can just go out there and play their game and look to spoil City's party, to cause us problems. Like I said, they're scrapping for every single point that they can get, so if there is a point available to them, they'll do everything in their power to get that. If there's 3 points there, then they'll do everything they can to get that as well. So Manchester City need to be very careful. Now, just looking at the bits of quality that they've got, where the dangers are here for Leeds United. Rafinha, rates him. He's top class. He's definitely a danger man. We need to be careful of. He's clinical. He's quick. Can cause us all kinds of problems. Dan James started in their last game against Chelsea as well. He's got pace to hurt us with the high line as well, so we need to be careful. I'm excited to see former Manchester City man Jack Harrison starting against us for the very first time. I'm excited to welcome Jack back to the Etihad Stadium. He's a quality young midfielder that can cause us lots of problems. He's creative. He knows how to cross. He knows how to pass. We need to limit his space. Jamie Shackleton started in the last game as well against Chelsea, and again another young, top quality young player who again needs to have space restricted, so City's pressing game needs to be absolutely on point in this game. Now looking at the back, Stuart Dallas I'm expecting to be starting at right back. I'm expecting to see Junior Firpo starting as their left back, and in their last game against Chelsea they did go with Luke Ayling and Diego Llorente as their centre backs, and I'm expecting that to more than likely be the case for this game as well, with Messilia starting in goal. And to me, a decent enough team that's capable of getting the job done. Now they are missing some key players. Liam Cooper, Calvin Phillips, Patrick Bamford, they're all out with hamstring injuries. They played no part v Chelsea. I'd be very surprised to see any of them taking part in this game. Hamstring injuries normally a couple of weeks at the bare minimum, so I'm not expected to see them in this game. Rodrigo, he's out with a heel injury as well, so that's another big loss up top for them, and a goal scorer too. So I'm expecting Leeds to more than likely be going with near enough the same team that went against Chelsea. They did a decent job against Chelsea, 42% possession. They had 4 less shots than them and 1 less shot on target as well, so they're capable of getting the job done here, and I've got a feeling Leeds are just going to try and replicate what they did against Chelsea, learn their lessons as to why they lost that game, and try and apply that to this game here at the Etihad Stadium. Now Bielsa's a tactician. He will chop and change things around to try and adapt against playing against opposition, including Manchester City. City's style and Chelsea's style are 2 completely different styles, and I am expecting Manchester City to be seeing a lot of the ball, and I am expecting to see Leeds maybe have a little bit less possession than 42%, which is what they had against Chelsea, to be sitting deeper to try and utilise that high line. Wolves tried it, defended very well, defended brilliantly actually, offensively weren't really there, and that's what Leeds need to have their link-up play. Their midfield, they've got a very important job. Young players like Jack Harrison and Jamie Shackleton, they need to be making sure they're seeing a lot of the ball and turning defence into attack. If that doesn't happen, Wolves struggle to make that happen. They didn't muster up any opportunities against us until the 92nd minute. Leeds need to be doing better than that. What I'm saying here though is that when we played against Wolves sat deep and looked to restrict the space for Manchester City. Once City had got that goal, it kind of ruined their game plan, whereas Leeds, they're more than capable of playing it in and around Manchester City and capable of hurting us on the counter-attack as well. So that is what we need to be careful of. Now, Manchester City in our form, currently sitting in first place in the Premier League. We're on the back of 6 consecutive Premier League wins. I'm expecting to be seeing Cancelo, Sterling, Bernardo, Rodri, and Ruben Diaz, who are all in great form, to be starting in this game as well. I do suspect that Manchester City will be rotating. We made 4 changes at the weekend in our 1-0 win over Wolves, and I suspect we may go with a fair bit of rotation in this game as well. So that could mean Walker maybe coming back into the team. We could see De Bruyne or Phil Foden possibly starting. One player that won't be featuring though, Ferran Torres, he is currently out injured. Everyone else though looks like they're good to go for this game, so I'm wondering which bit of rotation Manchester City will go with. Now I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you. I'm going for Ederson to start in goal, Cancelo at right back, Zinchenko at left back, going with the same fullbacks that we went with against Wolves. I'm going for Ruben Diaz and John Stones to be starting as our 2 centre backs for this game. I'm going for Aymeric Laporte to be rotated and Stones to come in, so there's the first change. I'm going for Rodri, De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva to start as Manchester City's midfield 3. So again, Ilkay Gundogan, there's my second change, going for De Bruyne. He looks like he needs more minutes under his belt really to find his top form, and it's very important that City manage to integrate him in. If it's not working, get into the second half, 55, 60 minutes in, bring De Bruyne off, put Gundogan on is what I'd be doing if it isn't working. I'm going for Mahrez to start on the right hand side, Raheem still in on the left hand side, so there's my third change, going for Mahrez ahead of Jack Grealish, and I'm going for Phil Foden to lead Manchester City's line, and that's my fourth change ahead of Gabriel Jesus. So that's 4 changes, more squad rotation in place for Manchester City. Do let me know in the comments below though of your team prediction for this game. Now, what I'm anticipating to happen from this game, I'm going for both teams to score a very narrow, pretty low scoring game, so I'm going for a 2-1 victory today for Manchester City in the, I say today, I'm doing this video today, I mean for tomorrow's game, I'm going for 2-1 to Manchester City. I'm going for Manchester City to go and stay first, go 4 points clear of Liverpool, 5 points clear of Chelsea, and put more pressure onto them. Chelsea, they're playing Everton at home on Thursday, Liverpool playing Newcastle at home on Thursday as well, so I want to open up that gap and put them under pressure, because look at the last games that they did at the weekend, just a little bit of pressure, and all of a sudden, if 1 or 2 things aren't going right for them, and it hits panic stations, and that's what City needs to make sure. If we're playing first before everybody else, we're already first, we've already got that extra point on Liverpool, well, go and put it out of their hands, get that win, and all of a sudden Liverpool are saying, right, we really need to win this game because we cannot afford to allow a team of City's quality to go 4 points clear of us and give a little bit of daylight. That's what they cannot afford to do, and as I was saying before, teams now need to be strong mentally. December is a relentless month when it comes to Premier League football. City know we've got a little break coming up very soon. We've got this game on Tuesday evening, we've got Newcastle away on Sunday, a little bit of a respite there for Manchester City, and then we know that it's then a week's break until our next game, taking on Leicester on Boxing Day. So yeah, always December's fixture schedule is relentless and ruthless, yet there's light at the end of the tunnel. If City can just continue with this momentum and picking up the wins, we know where we need to be and we know what we need to do. And look at last season, our December was brilliant for us and was well, influential for us to win the Premier League come May, and that could well be the case again this season. Now, last note, betting tips for this game. Firstly, if you are going to gamble, do remember to gamble responsibly. When the fun stops, stop. And do wait, because there is lots of rotation in place, do wait until teams have been announced before placing bets on any individual players. That includes all of the betting tips that I'm giving you now. But I'm going for an all-English goal scorers for this game for Manchester City. I'm backing Sterling and Foden if they both start to score in this game as my 2 goal scorers. I am, of course, predicting a 2-1 victory for Manchester City. And the other one I want to keep an eye on for, City were fairly aggressive against Wolves and Leeds were fairly aggressive against Chelsea. So I'm predicting over 5.5 yellow cards in this game. City had 3 yellow cards against Wolves in our last game. Leeds had 5 yellow cards against Chelsea, and so I'm anticipating it being a pretty aggressive 2 sides really tackling onto each other, really looking to try and make things happen. I wouldn't rule out a red card, and I would say that if that goes to Leeds, that doesn't rule them out. Just look at last season, they went down to 10 men and it suited Leeds better. They hurt City on the counter-attack because City were not clinical. It opened up the space, it opened up the gaps, and they managed to nab it at the end. That's what City need to be careful of here. We must be clinical. So there we go, that has been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Aiming for 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Subscribe if you're new around here, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Aiming now for 22,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too, to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for the live watch along of this game. So I've been JSGC, thank you everyone for watching, I hope everyone is safe and well, peace, ciao for now.